Alright, for this video we're going to go and do some grams to grams problems. So given this balanced equation that sodium chloride breaks down into sodium and chlorine gas, how many grams of sodium chloride must be reacted to make 87 grams of chlorine gas? So if we look at my cheat sheet here, we're going to be starting, we're given grams here, and we're trying to find grams of chlorine gas. So the first step is to go from grams of the given substance to moles of the given substance. So, we're going to grams of sodium chloride. We're starting with grams of chlorine. So we've got 87 grams of Cl2. And on top, I'm going to have the mole, and then I'm going to divide it by the molar mass from the periodic table so that I get to moles of substance 1. So 1 mole of Cl2, and if I look on the periodic table, chlorine's individual mass is 35.45, so times 2 gives us about 71 or 70.9 grams of chlorine per mole. So the grams of chlorine would cancel. Now the next step is to go from moles of the amount that I'm given, so moles of chlorine gas, to moles of sodium chloride. So if I look at my balanced chemical equation, I see that 2 moles of sodium chloride are needed to form 1 mole of chlorine. So I'm going to put the 2 moles of sodium chloride on top so that I can cancel out the moles of chlorine at the bottom. And then the last step then would be to go from moles of the sodium chloride, which I'm asked, to grams of that substance by multiplying by the molar mass. So we're going to put 1 mole on the bottom for sodium chloride, so this will cancel. And then I just need to figure out what the mass of 1 mole is. So 1 chlorine atom plus 1 sodium, sodium's 23, gives me 58.45 grams of sodium chloride. So again, I'm just going to work my way from left to right, and if the number's on top, I'm going to multiply, and if the number's on bottom, I'm going to divide. So I'm going to take 87, and then I will divide by 70.9, multiply by 2, and then multiply by 58.45. And I get 143.4 grams of sodium chloride are made when I react this much, or when I form this much chlorine gas. Alright, let's do one more. So it says how many grams of sodium are produced if 212.3 grams of chlorine are made. So again, this is a problem that's dealing with 2 products, but it doesn't matter, remember, if they're products or reactants when we set up the stoichiometry problem. So we're going to start here with 212.3 grams of chlorine gas are made. And again, I'm going to start with my first step, going from grams of the substance I'm given to moles of that substance. So 1 mole of Cl2, I already figured out, was 70.9 grams of Cl2. And the next step would be to go from moles of chlorine gas to moles of sodium. So if I just look at my balanced chemical equation, I see that 2 moles of sodium are made for every 1 mole of chlorine that is made. So I get my grams canceled, my moles canceled, and then the very last step is to go from moles of substance 2, or what I'm asked, 2 grams, so I'm going to multiply by the molar mass from the periodic table. And so I know that 1 mole of Na, which will make the moles cancel, is 23 grams of sodium. So again, just working my way left to right, 212.3 divided by 70.9 times 2 times 23, and I get 137.7. And that is grams of sodium that are produced when there are 212.3 grams of chlorine made. So those are problems going from grams of one substance to grams of another.